make the switch from bottles. Call us at 724-437-7801 to get started with Apothepax. Managing your medications is easy with Apothepax, now available at Apothecare Pharmacy. Apothepax is a sealed packet with customer's name, day, and time of dose. From seniors to caregivers to parents whose children take medications at school to travelers, Apothepax helps people know when and how to take their medicines. It's free to make the switch from bottles. Call us at 724-437-7801. That's 724-437-7801 to get started with Apothepax. Ask us about free delivery.
How do you do, fellow kids?
Hey, millennials and eligible Gen Zers. Ready to elevate your wine game? Check out the future of whining with cocktails, spritzers, and boba wine tea at Deer Creek Winery. Say hello to their tantalizing creations that will make your taste buds dance with joy. Their cocktails blend premium wine and seltzer water for a sophisticated yet refreshing experience, offering a light and effervescent escape from the ordinary. Deer Creek Winery also has boba wine tea. It's the ultimate fusion of East meets West, where the sweet and fruity flavors of boba collide with the complexity of wine. So whether you're chilling with friends, partying the night away, or just looking to spice up your wine routine, cocktails, slushies, spritzers, and boba wine tea have got you covered at Deer Creek Winery. Join the wine revolution that's designed for the young and the bold. For more information, visit deercreekwine.com.
Well, as my great-grandfather used to say, cool.
As the weather warms up, don't run from the sun. Enjoy more time on your deck or patio with retractable or fixed awnings from Lifetime Awnings. Made right here in the USA with both manufacturer and customer satisfaction guarantees, Lifetime Awnings provides a product that lasts. Veteran-owned and operated, a 10% discount is offered to all military veterans and their families. For a no-cost obligation free home consultation, call 724-554-6067 or email the owner, John, at lifetimeawningsusa@gmail.com.
At Montgomery Medical, they've got Monty Med's same-day care for whatever life throws at you this summer.
Mom, I picked these just for you.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart. This is poison ivy. Oh, boy.
Montgomery Medical can treat your itchiest adventures this summer, along with whatever else ails you. Walk-ins are accepted. Monty Med's same-day care at Montgomery Medical in Smithfield, or call 724-569-8100. Monty Med's same-day care is open Saturdays 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Not a patient, not a problem.
When you make the right decision, it feels good, like picking the perfect gift. It feels really good to make the right insurance decision, too. That's why State Farm Agent Nate Ferguson is here in Uniontown to help you select the right protection at the right price. Nate will make sure you understand your coverages so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. With State Farm Agent Nate Ferguson, it's easy to make the right choice. Just call Nate when you want the real deal.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Think about the last time you thanked yourself for something. Maybe it was that me time you took last Tuesday, or finally learning Italian. Want to do something you'll really thank yourself for later? Start creating a plan for your financial goals today. State Farm Agent Nathan Ferguson is right here in Uniontown to help you look at the things you want to save for and build a plan to set you up for success. The earlier you start planning, the better off you will be. Call State Farm Agent Nathan Ferguson today and thank yourself later. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Are you noticing your house getting a little drafty? Use your tax refund and call Monarch Windows and Doors. Family owned and operated with over 20 years experience, Monarch Windows and Doors can make your home warm again. Monarch Windows and Doors only use their own employees, no subcontractors. They are BBB accredited and offers military discounts. Call Monarch Windows and Doors and find out what they could do for you. 412-215-8116. That's 412-215-8116. Or see Monarch Windows and Doors on Google or Facebook.
The views and opinions presented by the host, guest, or callers on this program do not necessarily represent the position of WMBS Radio. The following is a paid political presentation. Candidates may have provided all or some questions to the host and may or may not take phone calls. WMBS and the host do not endorse any political candidate on air during a paid political presentation.
Attack. Time has come, we're gonna take it back. Just wait and see. Don't tread on me. I won't Don't sit back, stand idly by. Watch the heart of my nation die. Oh, not me. Don't tread on me. Don't tread on my Bible, don't tread on my guns. Don't you tread on my faith in God's only son. Don't tread on me. Don't tread on me.
Hey everybody, this is Jon Marietta, and I am the Hillbilly. And we want to start out today's show with, we want to send all of our prayers out to the family of Phil Michaels. And I just don't have no words to say right now. I spoke to Nick before the show there a minute. Our prayers are with him and with his family, and I just don't know what to say about it. Phil got Gino's with me too, and Gino, we got to be on Phil's show, both of us, and he was on our show different with us. And anyways, everybody. The only thing I can say is best wishes for everything. So anyways, today's show is being brought to you by Monarch Windows and Doors, Miles' Garage and Tire Center, PatriotsOnline.com, Fayette County Recovery Storage and U-Haul, Country Motor Sales, Tactical Civics, White Mountain Logging, Solid Foundation Ministries, New Life Free Methodist Church, Highline Motorsports, Gun Owners of America, Hillbilly Jon Radio, and Jon Marietta for We the People. And I've been plugging Gino, but the trouble is Fayette Structures, they're going to run out of wood here.
Yeah, we're doing good. We had some killer weeks. It's been really great.
I mean, every time I drive by, there's 6 new buildings, so
yeah,
they're going somewhere.
Yeah, we moved a lot of buildings. Dad's doing a great job out there.
Yeah.
We have a special on a 14 by 36 building. It comes out at $12,000. It's a full garage.
Yeah,
it's hard to beat, and we've really been moving a lot. That's all for it's ready delivered.
You can drive on it.
You can put 2 cars in it, and you still have room in the back. There's a bench for storage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and we're going to.
That's our hot mover right now.
Yeah, hopefully by fall we'll be in the greenhouse business. But anyways, I always start out the show with, and do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, so that you may prove that the will of God is that which is good, acceptable, and perfect. That's Romans 12:2. One other quick commercial. I'm going to post it up there so everybody can see it. We're having a Hillbilly picnic. Come out and have a hot dog with me and out of Flatwoods on July the 6th. Hopefully it'll be a pretty day. There's a beautiful swimming pool out here, and I will tell you that the township supervisors out there, not that the other township supervisors aren't doing a good job, but they've done a fantastic job with that little park. So
that was a real nice event. I was there last year, and I'm looking forward to it, Jon.
Yeah, I got
so many good people.
I got 60 pounds of hot dogs ordered.
Woo! All right.
So we're gonna have hot dogs and
all the other food. Everything was so good. All the
maybe I can
dishes.
Get Mrs. Gallo to contribute to one of the salad things. But hey, we got a hot show today. Believe it or not.
Oh boy.
We got so many things going on, and so let's get started. Gino, do you want to start?
Yeah, I'll start. Well, first of all, we were just enjoying the summer, busy with my business. The last thing I wanted to do to come, another issue to pop up. But there is an issue, and it was super important to the county, and it's kind of upsetting to me. And I got dragged into this. I got a letter that got leaked out of the courthouse, out of the commissioner's unit.
We'll give you a copy here.
Yeah, we're trying to get a copy of it online, but this letter's from Susquehanna Accounting and Consulting Solutions. As many of you may know, they were the financial consultant to the county. And recently, a fellow by the name of Sam Lynch, who a lot of you may have known, he was in charge of the county finances. And there's some horrible rumors going around that he was fired. That is absolutely not true. The letter that I have shows that it was sent to the commissioners on May the 21st, 2024. And I just want to read 2 paragraphs of this letter so everyone understands, what's going on. This county is in a lot of financial trouble and has been for quite a while. I know the commissioners during the last election said everything's great, no tax increase in sight, blah, blah, blah. Well, the chickens are coming home to roost. Well, anyhow, the letter that was sent from Susquehanna, and the 2 paragraphs I want to read are, we were made aware of an incident that occurred on May the 14th of 2024 involving the chairman of the Board of Commissioners of Fayette County and an employee of Susquehanna Accounting and Consulting Solutions. The SACS, Susquehanna Accounting and Solutions employee, reported that the chairman directed inappropriate language and profanities delivered in a loud, angry, aggressive, and threatening manner toward the employee. This incident has created an environment that we can no longer allow our employee to work in. Therefore, we have made the decision to take the immediate action and provide you with this notice that we are terminating our service contract with the county in accordance with the terms of the contract. And the rest of it's different legal language. Those were the two key paragraphs. Now, this letter is dated May the 21st, 2024. It was, I believe, the day after I was having lunch with Jon, and we talked about, you got an email, Jon, if you don't mind sharing what the gist of that email.
I have an email that that came up in it, and it was on. I got it on Thursday, the 23rd, actually, and it said that effective immediately.
So wait, so that was 3 days later.
3 days later, effective immediately, Sam Lynch of Susquehanna Accounting and Consulting Solutions has resigned and is no longer the chief financial consultant of Fayette County. There's no other details than that. It says we're not to contact Mr. Lynch for any reason at all, and that's what. And I got that email. So,
well, just so everyone, it's important everyone understands there's a financial storm headed to our county, and where it's going to hit in the next few months. And it's very important that the record be set straight because there are already rumors circulating through the courthouse and around the county that Sam Lynch was let go. That is not the case at all. Very clearly, he left of his own accord.
He left because he was
being treated very poorly and very unprofessionally. Now, as to that, many of you may have, if you read the Herald Standard, there was recently an article, and I'm reading it to see that it's straight. This was on May the 31st, which was actually 10 days later, that states that it's on the front page, Fayette prison guards losing patience with lack of wage increase. Now, the county is in no shape to do any wage increases because they went crazy with their orgy of spending on the Gallatin Bank building, these other buildings, and these money pits of projects. I mean, they just went, it's crazy. Well, now they're trying to maintain all these buildings. They have staff shortages everywhere. All these they leveraged all that money instead of using it to wisely, bring down our spending and make budget cuts. They've expanded, nearly doubled the size, the footprint of the administrative offices of the county. You have to heat and cool. That's another thing. I mean, we're having trouble with the heating and cooling, aren't we, Jon?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, and it's not the people in the maintenance department. It's just that the systems, the HVAC system, is just inadequate. I mean, the courthouse was built in 18-something.
Right.
Harry Cochran's family donated
some of the stones.
Donated the stone, and that was back when the coke business was doing well, booming in Connellsville. And there's another story behind that, but we needed to put some money in the White House of Fayette County. I mean, the fourth floor looks like something from one of them movies you'd see.
The money we're investing in the Gallatin Bank building, you would surely think with a county where the population's shrinking as fast as ours is shrinking, and the trouble they're having generating the revenue from taxes and business, you think the county would focus on, maintaining that courthouse instead of spreading out. Now we've got a courthouse that needs a lot of work, and now we've bought the Gallatin Bank building, which needs a whole lot of work, more than we can afford. So this is pretty scary. But, Jon, some of the offices I hear, different offices, I'm not going to put anyone on the spot, but different offices are actually running space heaters because the air conditioning is running too cold. So now we're paying to heat and to cool in the same office. Go figure. So hopefully, they can just get focused and modernize and fix some of these things. But I do want to jump back a minute to the financial woes that we're facing. Losing our chief financial officer, the fellow that was keeping this county afloat for a long time, and an abrupt an unprofessional manner is going to really be costly to the county. And I'm really upset about that. And I think that we're going to start to feel right away the effects of that. We're also doing a pension watch. We're trying to confirm it, but we're going to do right to know requests, and we're getting ready to put some in. I did some before; they didn't all get filled, but we're going to file some more, and we're going to find out what's going on with the pension fund for the county.
Yeah,
it's my understanding it hasn't been funded since prior to the election. There's been no more money put in the fund.
Well, maybe prior.
Maybe even before that.
Before that.
Well,
and that's a problem. And like I said,
that's going to become a dangerous problem.
It will become a dangerous problem because back in the day when the union I was involved with, it was the United Food and Commercial Workers. We had this booming pension, and it was doing so good, and then all at once, somebody invested money in the wrong place.
Yeah, that can happen.
So now our pension's worth a third of what it was before. Now the federal government comes in and oversees it, and I think some of them people haven't got a raise in their pensions for it's been. It might be 20 years.
We raised a red flag. There was a lot of concern. The commissioners put that down, so we'll see where that goes. But we are concerned about that. We want to see. We want the pension to be healthy. We want the whole county to be healthy. None of this is any kind of a personal vendetta or anything. We just, unfortunately, once you get in a loop on this stuff and you know things, you feel obligated to step up. So I really wanted to address that and wish these prison guards the best of luck.
Well,
the problem is we're having people poached. Our key employees are being poached from the county, and some are leaving willingly. I mean, when I say poached, they're being offered more money. We put all of our money into the Gallatin Bank building and all these crazy projects, the Stinky Bridge project. Well, what a misdirection of efforts down there.
Well,
there's a lot to come out on that bridge project in the near future.
Somebody come to me just this week, and he told me that he had an interview just in a different county, and he said that they were going to pay him like $4,000 or $5,000 more to go to work there, and he said it wasn't quite enough just yet, but he said he was contemplating the move, and.
It's a reality.
This is another one of your key people.
People need to eat, and if you're not gonna feed them, they'll go somewhere else and eat. And to that effect, we just lost a very key member of the Fayette County team of people working the courthouse, Sarah Mimick at Tax Claim Bureau. She left for more money, and wish her the best of luck.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do what's right for your family.
That's right. So anyhow, on that, and since we're speaking about the tax claim. One of the things that came up when I was brush hogging down on my property, one of my favorite things to do, the phone rang, and unfortunately I answered it. But I did find out there's quite a bit of confusion. So we have a tax sale coming up, and it's coming up on June the 17th.
Supposedly coming up
on
the 17th.
That's what it's planned
We're
for.
Getting mixed messages.
So we heard all kind of things. I've had friends call up and say the sale was canceled. It was going to be postponed. Then I heard it wasn't. Then it was, on and off, on and off. And it was a very inconsistent messaging. Friends of mine watched the site very close. They didn't even update the list of properties for sale until last Monday, which would have been the deadline. So there's a lot of inconsistencies. I myself called up today to check and find out some information about the sale, and I was told by an employee at the Tax Claim Bureau that the sale, I'd have to call back Monday, the sale might or might not happen. I wanted to see about checking into registering for the sale, but they said that, which I understood the deadline to be 10 days before, as the statute says. The statute clearly says 10 days before. However, the county website does say 10 business days. It clarifies. So there's a little bit inconsistencies there. The state statute says 10 days, which would be yesterday. Now, to that, if in fact the thing I do know, select individuals got to register. I know there was a very big effort to discourage people. I'm not sure why. The more people that bid in the tax sale, the better that is for the county,
Gino,
the municipalities.
Didn't they used to have them They used to have them out at the fairgrounds.
Some of that might have been because of COVID, but I do remember several tax sales where there were so many people. And listen, the thing about tax sales, it's really heartbreaking because you're disposing of property, family farms, you're disposing of people's homes.
Yeah.
And if your family's going to build generational wealth, the best way that you're going to do that is through home ownership and property. And when a family loses that farm or that home, it's really devastating. And
most of these aren't people that. I wasn't able to get a list today. I didn't take time to look up online, but
I actually did. I've got this. It's a shame. Some of these folks are going to lose their places for as little as a couple of $1,000s. And that tax list is available now. It hadn't been updated till Monday, which was technically the last day to register by, is what they're telling me. But you didn't even know what was for sale. So there's a lot of other problems too, and we're going to bring those up. We're going to deal with that. But before I get into how we're going to deal with that, this brings up another and a bigger problem. Financially, when someone goes through a tax sale, and I'm going to tell you folks, I have been late paying my taxes, and it's a scary thing. You get behind because of bills for whatever reason, medical expenses, folks that are on a fixed income especially, and that's what's so worrisome about a tax increase. A tax increase will not help Fayette County residents. It won't help us grow, especially if it's unnecessary to pay for all this orgy of spending that the commissioners went on. And this is horrible. And so now we have this sale. So once a property goes through the sale, then that money, though, that gets collected is supposed to go back to the municipalities and the school districts. And then anything left goes to that family that lost their property. If there's anything over and above that, it's supposed to get to the family. We've got a horrible track record as a county as in getting these things resolved. And Commissioner Zimmerlink several years ago brought it to the county's attention that the commissioners were borrowing out of that money. That money's supposed to be retained and go back to the individual municipalities and school boards and ultimately to the people.
So what you're saying is like school boards should be getting the school districts, the different township supervisors, the boroughs, cities that when the
sale gets done,
they should get that money.
Sure, I'll give you for instance. We'll just pick one out here in Brownsville Borough. Here's a property where the starting bid is $640.18. Well, that's $600. The county's only getting a small portion of that. Most of that goes back to the school district because the school tax is the biggest part of the tax. So, if I were on a school board or a municipal leader, and I'm looking at the prospect of raising my local taxes or my local school tax, I'd be livid that the commissioners aren't finishing up these sales in an expedited fashion and getting this stuff done. At one point, they were, I heard, 5 years behind. I'm not sure how many years behind they are. And I know it's several years. And I doubt very much that the practice of borrowing against this money has changed. So, the message to all the school boards and individual supervisors and things out there, when these sales finally get resolved, and I believe they're at least 3 or 4 years behind, they're holding your money, right? And then and just God bless these poor families that do lose their property. That couple of $1,000s that property, I was involved in a deal. I saw a farm get sold for like $35,000, and that money would go back to the family. When they finally got it, it was like 6 years later. Had they gotten that quicker, it would have made a huge difference in their life, trying to get back on their feet. But at any rate,
you're talking about the difference between what the taxes is owed and what the property actually sold.
Sure, if there's equity in that property, and sometimes there is, even though it isn't much, you can at least get it back to the people that the property belongs to. So, but to that means what we're talking about now, though, is the upcoming sale on June the 17th. Because of the inconsistencies that office, I also had folks that couldn't get through on the phone. Some of that may have had something to do with Sarah leaving. I don't know, but I understand she gave him plenty of notice. I don't think it wasn't like she left abruptly. But this particular sale needs to be postponed because it's my understanding only a few people are registered for it. It's a low number, like in the like 30. Typically, there's a few hundred at these things. Now, this isn't the big sale, but still, it's a very low number. And I myself have seen this. It might be the sale, might not be. Call back on Monday. So I don't know, but I do.
If it wasn't, we're not sure about it's not that we're not sure. It
wasn't done properly.
It's unclear about the posting of things. So there could be a problem with somebody eventually litigating this.
Oh, absolutely, but a lot of times that doesn't happen because there's just too much. It's expensive for someone that just lost a property, and they've got to retain an attorney or whatever. But it's bad for the county too because the more people bidding on these properties, the higher they're going to go. It's just better for everybody, and I don't understand the secrecy and if this was malicious or if this was tactical. It certainly doesn't look above board. And it doesn't pass the smell test. So, they've got to be more transparent. They got to follow the rules very clearly. And I even think it's worse because I heard select people got to register after they told other people you can't register. And to that end, John, and we have some more specifics that we don't want to get into other than to say we're going to do what we can to make sure that this sale is postponed, advertised, and promoted properly for the benefits of everyone involved. And here it is, folks. If you can see it, we're working on our petition. We're going to file some paperwork with the courts, and hopefully they listen to us and they do the right thing. And I would urge the Tax Claim Bureau to do the right thing. And they are aware, or at least the girl I talked to was aware that there's some sort of issue. She couldn't give me a clear answer as to whether the sale was going to be postponed. She insinuated that it probably would be. I've heard people say it is postponed. Then it wasn't. And so we just need them to be clear and concise and get the best deal for the county. And then once they do have the sale officially, I'd like to see the commissioners pass an ordinance that all these sales will be resolved within a year. We have enough attorneys in this county that need the work. Let's get the title work done and get these things wrapped up. There's no way that this money should be tied up for more than a year. And the commissioners should also restrict themselves from borrowing against these funds and using it as part of the general budget.
What happens if
I'm not sure that they are doing it. Commissioner Zimmerlich alleged that several years ago, and my suspicion is that they still do that. So they could pass an ordinance if they're not doing it and say neither us or any future boards will touch that money.
Yeah,
it's not theirs in the first place.
There's some legalities here. They're walking in a very gray area, I would think.
Yeah, I would think so too. And that's the problem. See, that's a problem with getting rid of someone like a Sam Lynch. He can give them their parameters. And I don't know what would have happened that would have done that, but losing him is really going to set us back. I don't think the commissioners were unanimous on his departure, but I think that they really more or less harassed him and pushed him out. And I would say that they really need to stop anyone that's spreading the rumor that he was fired needs to be careful because they are a financial firm. They have a strong reputation, and they've been done very well for Fayette County, and to lose them, they need to be careful because it just wouldn't be the right thing to do. So we really want to put those rumors to rest. And I'm curious. I know they had replaced him. They were bringing someone else in to train, and then that deal fell through. And then, and I'm sure they'll find somebody else. And we want to wish whoever that is the best of luck. I mean, we want the county to do well. But you can't do well if you keep going in this orgy of spending.
A lot of this will fall back on the commissioners and the county controller, right? Wouldn't that be how?
Well, no. My belief is that the county controller's job is just to control to make sure that. I mean, he's obviously isn't responsible for raising taxes.
No.
So I think that their job is just to make sure that the checks clear to go out. Try to manage the and if it's not there, but ultimately this responsibility falls solely on the county commissioners. I mean, that's one of their primary functions.
Yeah,
and that we'll see. We'll see if the lies of how great they work together. I mean, we heard that all through. Oh, we're a great team. Don't split us up. Listen, this isn't a situation. There's no new juice on there, so they made the soup that they've got to eat. And I mean, I sure hope that it's something that they can choke down.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, how else to say that?
Exactly. Two of them have been there for 8 years.
Right. Well, we'll see how this goes. I mean, I wish them the best of luck, but I think with the distractions I see a big empty, giant spec warehouse that's sitting empty for a big factory. That's a lot of money. Seems misappropriated to me. Over by the airport, they built that. That was Fay Penn, but and
the
then
thing of it is if this money from this tax sale, let's go back to that just
sure.
for a minute. Okay, so I don't want to pick a school district. We'll just call it the Gino School District, and they sell properties that they get the tax money back for the school district. Okay, so now that money should come to you, so you know.
Sure, it goes back to the school
district.
Sure.
So I'm thinking these school districts need to start getting more involved in figuring out what's going on with this money.
If a school district's in a position, they're going to several of the school districts are going to be, probably forced to raise taxes. And if I were raising taxes, I would certainly want to have all the money due me from the county. So you don't have to raise them any more than is necessary.
And if they haven't rectified this situation for 3 or 4 years, which it looks like that's what we're talking about.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So now, and when you have a tax sale in the spring, which is now. Well, we're
sure.
in early summer. But then you have one in the fall also, right?
Right. They should. Look, it's going to take a little bit of time because you got to get attorneys to go through all the title work. There's notification, legal things, but it shouldn't take more than a year. I mean, these properties have already been off the tax rolls for several years at this point, or effectively off. The county's collected no tax. The municipalities has collected no tax. The school district collected no tax on these properties for years. In some cases, multiple years. And so that money needs to be distributed back to them, and there's no reason they can't do it with it. I tell you why Commissioner Zimmerlich brought up the fact years ago. It's because they were using the money.
Well, I think there was somebody, if I remember correctly, there was somebody from the Albert Gallatin School Board. Now, I'm not sure who it was, but they definitely questioned where the money was going a few years ago. And I think, I don't know if
that's straightened up a little bit. I think I remember that time it was brought up, but now we're back to our old ways.
Yeah.
We're slipping behind.
This has been about 4 or 5 years
and
ago.
There's some turmoil in the tax office. I think when you have a key person leave a department like Sarah, there's going to be some rough edges. But they got to do the right thing by the tax sale. They've got to, and we're going to do what we can do to get this sale postponed till they can advertise it right so they can get more than a handful of select buyers. It just doesn't look right.
Yep. Okay. Hey, we got it out there for you. You just need to make the phone calls to the commissioners and find out what's going on. We'll have more information, I know, next Friday. We'll have way more information next Friday. But we wanted to get this out, and we're going to do what we can do to help the county out. So I want to thank you all for listening in. And on this road called life, you have to take the good with the bad. Smile when you're sad, love what you got, and remember what you had. Always forgive, but never forget. People change. Things go wrong. Just remember, the ride goes on. God bless each and every one of you, and God bless America. I am Jon Marietta, and I am the Hillbilly.